revving engines, tires burning rubber, and the smell of gasoline in the air. Drag racing is the ultimate test of speed and acceleration as racers go head-to-head in a straight-line sprint to the finish. But it's not just about who's got the fastest whip. It's also about style and finesse, showing off sick custom builds and dope paint jobs. The crowd goes wild with every launch, cheering on their faves as they battle it out for the win. If you are into speed and adrenaline, drag racing is the place to be. Hands down, the dopest scene around. But for now, you can feel the rush in this video as we are going to show you the top 5 most insane drag racing cars. So, make sure to stay tuned till the end. Number 5. The Volkswagen Type 2. The wicked creature you will see in motion is surely not propelled by cooking oil, and its driver just puffs on its enormous sticky tires. A 1965 split-screen Volkswagen truck was given a second chance as a time-setting, Jeep-pushing dragster. Volkswagen gave birth to one of the well-known goods that became popular all over the world, the VW Type 2. Often known as the VW Transporter, Combi, or Camper. This breakdown truck can go from 0 to its top speed of 179 miles per hour in just 7 seconds, so you might not want to be pulled by it. The dragster, dubbed Mental Breakdown, has a 1965 split-screen VW pickup truck cab mounted on top of a custom-built chassis. Wayne Allman, a master of automotive customization, transformed this pile of rust into a 179 miles per hour dragster over nearly 10 years. The sole remnant of its former existence as a utilitarian vehicle is the cab, which was disassembled, stripped of everything, and fastened to a specially made tubular chassis. Wayne claimed that at least one unusual vehicle called Mental Breakdown still has a boxy appearance and is capable of producing 2,000 horsepower, thanks to the 8.6-liter V8 Hemi engine it is powered by. The 8.6-liter Hemi V8 engine, which has a blower on top and high octane pouring through it to produce 2,000 horsepower, is directly behind it. When they are hot, those enormous rear wheels provide enough traction to propel the pickup with 2.5 Gs. Number 4. Ken Nelson's Buzz. Undoubtedly, the Buzz was the most thrilling and popular wheel stander in the drag racing industry. Over the years, millions of people have witnessed the wheel stander that the late Ken Nelson constructed. The Cool Buzz fun system at drag strips, air shows, and other locations where he worked as a professional driver. People adored it because it was a ponderous, brazen thing even though it was both. The appeal of the Cool Buzz, at least to me, is the collective sense among onlookers that it won't make it to the finish line after it leaves the line, and the grunting massive block has the vehicle balanced on its haunches. When it finally reaches the finish line, the audience would go bonkers. Nelson would frequently position a dummy up front where the actual driver would normally be because the driving positions is center mass in this vehicle. It is scale built at 6 meters long, 1.8 meters wide, and 1.8 meters high. The body is built of aluminium and fiberglass. The body is painted in the same colors as a genuine school bus, and the flashing lights function just like one as well. The bus's chassis is made of steel tubing, and it includes roll cages, safety harnesses, and emergency shut-off switches, all of which are required for drag racing. The rear-drive Cool Buzz is propelled by a rear-mounted, alcohol-fueled, large-block Chevrolet engine that generates roughly 750 kilowatts and is mated to a General Motors Turbo 400 transmission. Number 3. Fire Force 3 Jet Car. The Pratt & Whitney JFTD-12A engine from Sikorsky CH-54A Sky Crane helicopter is housed in the chrome moly chassis of the machine with a Chevrolet Lumina body. This produces around 10,000 horsepower and consumes 120 liters of aviation fuel for each track appearance, which lasts about 6 seconds. The sun donned his hat and graced everyone at the Santa Pod Raceway with his appearance last year for what seemed like the first time. The Fire Force 3, the world's fastest jet-powered dragster, exploded onto the track, reaching 265 miles per hour and competing the Santa Pod quarter mile in an astounding 6.7 seconds. The cacophony that followed the Fire Force 3 down the track as it roared was astounding. An overpowering sensation of the display car's full might and an understanding of the overall idea are brought on by vibrations from the ground. As the dragster sped by, the crowd in the viewing stands felt a rush of heat pulse through it. You would have actually missed it if you hadn't dared to blink. the drag car released 14-foot parachutes, and as the vehicle started to slow down, the spectators' repeated gasps filled the air. It takes some time for your mind to adjust to the speed of the automobile after you have stood there in shock at what just happened. Absolutely incredible. In this vehicle, the driver endures mind-boggling G-forces, with acceleration causing up to 4G and braking causing up to 7G negative. This extraordinarily fast automobile has two quad-shaped parachutes that work in tandem with independent hydraulic braking systems to provide stopping power. To manage the afterburner and throttle while driving, a jet's thrust is measured. Make sure you get to the banking and experience the force, as the jet car has explosive propulsion of about 5,500 pounds, which is enough for you to blink and miss it. Number 2. The Top Fuel Dragster. The 500 cubic inches supercharged engine was built especially for the Top Fuel Dragster. It can produce 8,000 horsepower. Rumor has claimed that the vehicle is capable of 10,000 horsepower. Dragster speed is too high for dynamometers to measure. There is therefore space for discussions on its potency. Top Fuel Dragsters are the most daring and ambitious of all dragsters in the world of NHRA drag racing, where speed is everything. They have specific features and distinctive designs that enhance performance and acceleration in every aspect. And if it not were for the NHRA rules, they would be much faster. They do not call these beasts the kings of sports for nothing. The neck-breaking speed of dragsters is one of their craziest characteristics about them. A peak fuel dragster can sprint 1,000 feet in under 3.62 seconds and achieve top speeds of 335 miles per hour. Top alcohol dragsters and even the Porsche 911 cannot match Top Fuel Dragster's accelerations from a stop to 100 miles per hour in about 0.8 seconds. They can accelerate faster than any other vehicle on the earth as a result. Top Fuel Dragsters were only allowed to travel 1,000 feet instead of the customary 1,320 feet due to the record-breaking speed. Top Fuel Dragsters pale in comparisons to any everyday car or drag racing vehicle. They are 25 feet long and 2,330 pounds in size. They have enormous rear tires with large rear wings for increased traction. At top speed, the tires on a Top Fuel Dragster can additionally enlarge from their standard 36-inch diameter to around 44 inches. The engine, though, is a Top Fuel Dragster's true star. Top Fuel Dragsters costs around $500,000. Number 1. Supercharged V8 Lamborghini Drag Racer. Although many of you may disagree, the aerodynamics of the Lamborghini is ideal for straight drag racing, but with that massive blower placed on the engine, this Lamborghini itself seems more like a moving factory. You will note that this monster is a little different from other Lamborghinis since it has a front engine and a big blower that makes it look like a moving factory. But trust us when we say that the supercharged V8 engine has enough power to move the whole Lamborghini assembly line. Just take a look at the car's quad exhaust on the sides, which flares up when the engine is operated under high pressure as the massive back tires scorch the pavement. Who cares about the car's overall appearance when it can roar loudly and go at incredible speeds? This time, the beast will not be competing against other drag giants since he is undergoing licensing testing, which will allow him to start racing. Yes, it explains why the automobile is acting so timid and innocent on the course, but you will see it for yourself. The supercharged V8 Lamborghini Drag Racer is a professionally customized model with a fiberglass shell. Due to the absence of competition, the automobile is being tested. To guarantee that the car makes it down the circuit, the crew may create the ideal configuration. In 8 seconds, the Lamborghini Drag Racer can compete a quarter mile. Alright guys, if you are a true speed demon and love all things cars, then you don't want to miss out on this community. Hit that subscribe button and join the squad of car enthusiasts who live and breathe the latest and greatest in the car world. From sleek sports car to jaw-dropping supercars, we've got it all. We are bringing you fresh content regularly, giving you the inside scoop on everything auto. So rev up those engines and get ready for a wild ride. Don't be left behind, hit that subscribe button now. See you in the next video. Peace.